What's good? It's Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
This is not another damn
Another
podcast.
damn podcast.
Presented by
Our
our
damn
damn
self.
selves. 333.
333.
Triple threes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm feeling that. You know, I have a
Somebody
special
might go play
connection
some
with
lottery.
connection with the number three. So yeah, I'm digging three. Yeah. 333. I had to check and see, make sure it was the right one. Yeah, 333, baby.
333.
Yeah. Speaking of that, somebody hit that fucking 1 point whatever $billion Powerball. Somebody in
Yeah.
California.
In California again.
Somebody in
What's up with
California.
California? Like they getting the Powerballs in California, I guess.
They need it. That's the state.
Cost of living out there.
Bad shape. They need all the help they can get out there in California. They definitely
Cost of living out there is ridiculous.
in bad shape. Yeah, like on a number of fronts. Like I won't get too political, but California's in bad shape.
Oh yeah.
So,
but congrats, and I think they're an anonymous collecting thing, right? Where you can collect your lottery
I
anonymously.
think California might be an anonymous state. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Some states are anonymous. Some you have to report it. Yeah. So
Illinois is anonymous too,
Illinois is
right?
anonymous. It used to not be, but it is now. So if you went here, like if a ticket hit in Illinois, if it was me, you would never know.
Like that Powerball that hit in Des Plaines.
Yeah.
At the Speedway in Des Plaines. Yeah.
You would never know.
And I passed by that. I passed by that Speedway. I'm like, damn, because I see like the banner it had some Powerball tickets because you know they have like the banner up out there.
Yeah. The owner of the store got $1 million just for selling the fucking winning ticket. Mm-hmm. That's cool.
I passed by like, dang. I'm like, I wonder who won. Yeah. So maybe if people just suddenly vanished from social media, maybe they won the Powerball. That could be why.
It's the Powerball, yeah.
We know some people are like heavy on social media, and then all of a sudden you're like, I haven't seen so in about 2 years on Facebook.
Yeah, I think Mike Love hit the Powerball because he kind of just that was around that time when he disappeared when that Powerball hit in Des Plaines. Mike hit big because Mike's a billion now. Shout out Mike. I hope you're still listening. So he's one of our avid listeners. Congratulations on that Powerball victory. I was making all of this.
Maybe I see text you like, shh. That'd be hilarious. No, but that's honestly, I think what people should do. Like, if you do like win a huge jackpot of some sort, just disappear. Yeah. Its messages disappear because this is what you're going to get.
Don't end up like the lottery ticket or Uptown Saturday Night or All About the Benjamins. It was all the same plot pretty much. It's like,
yeah, it was all the same plot.
Guy, he hits a lottery ticket, like loses the ticket somehow, like, and then he has to, the movie is basically him trying to get back his winning without letting the people know that is a winning ticket in there.
Exactly.
Yeah. That's the plot, yeah. Of all three of those movies. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But shout out, yeah, we had a fun weekend. Yeah.
Yes, we did.
Shout out T Murph, yeah, big birthday comedy show. Yeah, kid actually got me out of the house for a change. Pretty much all I do is work. I know I go all the time. It's just mostly work related. Work, as Riri would say.
This is the side of adulting that we don't talk about much because when you're an adult, you have to work. But then when you get to play hard. Like if you play your cards right, you can play hard.
Yeah, but hit me up and say, "Hey, you want to go to the comedy?" So I'm like, "Sure," because the ticket became available because of another work situation.
Work.
So Marcus's loss was my gain.
It was work. Because he's like, I don't want the ticket to go to waste. So I said, okay, I'll see about one.
I'm like, sure. I'll go.
Yeah, but always Murph puts on a good show because like he usually does the show twice a year. So he does one for his birthday and then he does one around Mother's Day.
Okay.
So hopefully he
I
adds
saw
more.
Murph some years ago. Like I saw him do a comedy show. It was like way back. Like I saw him on one of his shows. Yeah.
I hope he adds more shows because he was like teasing that. We're like, yeah, you should do more of these. Like you have the support of everyone
Like, yeah,
sells
it
out.
takes a lot of work to put these together, but we'll see. Like he say, he teased.
Because he sells out every time. He sells out. So
Yeah.
it's
Shout
like
out
you
to
have
good
the
brother
support.
Mike Samp was part of the show. Yeah, shout out Samp.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, another
Yeah.
old friend. Yeah, me and
Yeah,
Sam
but
go
really,
back about
really good
10
time.
or something like that. Yeah, so,
All of them were good. All the comedians were
good show.
good.
Yeah, good show. Yeah,
Very relatable. I mean, like, because in today's climate, what we've been dealing with, because it's a lot of bullshit that goes on in the
man.
world. We know it's a lot of bullshit.
Yeah, where do we start? You want to start with the serious shit or start with the tomfoolery? We can still serious first, then come
Yeah,
back to the foolery. Yeah,
we can go to serious because it's just so much bullshit. Like I said, there has to be segues of bullshit.
yeah, yeah. We'll start. Because I know y'all. Everybody probably knows what's going on right now in Israel and Hamas. Like that situation is like, yeah, it's getting real in this bitch. As Mr. Drummond once paraphrased back. It's getting real.
Wow,
It's
funny guy.
funny or die. Yeah, it's like looked at her getting real in this bitch. Because it kicked off about a week ago. I don't know enough about. I'm not a big foreign policy guy, so I chose not to talk about this a week ago. But like you learning more. Like I know a little more than I did then, and is Hamas basically bombs Israel. They attack Israel. Israel retaliates and they fight them back. So it's like been going on for centuries. The Israelis and the Palestinians. This has been going on centuries, 1,000 years or whatever. Like it's been
Because
going.
they made live the situation in the movie You Don't Mess with the Zohan. They made live there in that movie.
Yeah,
they did. So, but it's like obviously something that's been going on just
centuries. Yeah, this is just the
centuries.
latest chapter of it right here. And it's getting real. Like I said, babies are like getting like kid beheaded and shit, like that kind of shit. They bombed a festival. That's the one that got me because I just went to a festival at Lollapalooza. It's a festival in Israel, and people just like dancing, like having a good time, and then they just attacked the festival and shit. Yeah. Can't even imagine like that. Yeah.
Like, and what is this like? Because we're from Chicago, and like we do a lot of festivals in summertime. Summertime in Chicago
is full of festivals. Yeah.
Every week is a different festival.
Off with the Blues Fest is the very first one, and then every week you got a different festival.
Every week is a different festival.
Lollapalooza being the biggie, that's like the headliner. Like that's usually around late July, early August when that one goes. Yeah.
But they have about the art show, Gold Coast Art Festival. Like it's like all different types of things.
Fest, the Jazz Fest, Taste of Chicago. All of this is like it goes on. Yeah. It's like you even had NASCAR this year up in there. Like, so So I can't even imagine being out, like just enjoying yourself. And
you're enjoying because
arms just start going off all around you.
Because nothing these last 3 years has been normal, this period. Like we've been in a pandemic for the last 3 years.
Yeah.
So now that we're starting to feel normal, air quote, where it's like, okay, the coronavirus isn't going anywhere. It's here. But we're navigating. We know how to navigate it better now.
Oh yeah, it did stop printing the vaccine passport you saw. So even they've admitted that we're out of the pandemic, but like it's like the flu. Like it's like you deal with it. It's like because the virus ain't going away. You just deal with it.
And at your discretion, if you do become infected, you be the responsible one and you isolate yourself.
That's how it should be. Like you have to shut the world down. There's only people that are showing symptoms. Like you, you take your ass.
You quarantine yourself.
You take your ass home and shit.
Right. And if you do have to go out, you put a mask on. You do necessary things to protect others.
Yeah. If you are infected, you handle that. But the shit is just starting to get scary over there.
But like we're wanting to be out, we're wanting to enjoy ourselves, we're wanting to get family, and something like that happens. Yeah. I can't even imagine that.
And that brings me to the whole the migrant crisis is because it is a crisis. I don't know if you've been to a police station anytime soon.
Oh, I passed by a bunch of them.
Every police station is tent city at this point.
Tent city, yeah.
Every single one is like, yeah, if you got to go to some police business, be prepared to walk into a tent city. That's where we at now.
Because like when I was driving across 63rd because I had to take care of some business over that way when I was taking 63rd Street West, the police station right there. Yeah. I guess a little bit was at West is that Ashland a little bit? Yeah, the police station right there on 63rd, Tent City.
I was going to the police station on 71st and Cottage. Like I was going to get the car wash over there.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, Tent City. It's like the car wash right across the street from
Bloody Bear. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and it was like it's everywhere. Yeah.
And then the one in South Loop on 18th and State right there.
Yeah, that's like the first one I saw.
It's a lot. Like I see that.
That's probably the first one that became that. And then like when they ran out of space, they just started stretching them out like every. But that started in the border states like Texas in particular, like Governor Abbott there, because Chicago being a sanctuary city and all of that,
city,
which is easy to be when you like way this far from the border. It's like which was kind of capped like when Chicago, New York, LA, when they say like San Francisco, like sure, we'll take them all. It's like bring the like the migrants and all of that, and then until they started coming. And then like these border states like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, okay, like we're gonna bust them, send them there. It's like
you send everybody your way.
Now you got this situation now. Mm-hmm. But what's scary about it is none of these people are being vetted. Like we don't know. So like they say like some of the people is not just migrants, people that are mixed in are like people like from like that are involved in the conflict, like the Palestinian Israeli conflict. So the United States is considered an ally to Israel. So they're saying that it's Palestine, like Hamas, like mixing in with these migrants and shit, and basically getting free rides to all of the big cities. Is like, so they're saying something could happen. So like, watch this situation. It could like, it's not just over there. It's like this shit could hit. Yeah, like keep an eye on this situation because you don't know who these motherfuckers are that they just letting in and shit. Mm-hmm. Nobody is like vetting any of them, just like taking them, and now basically giving them free rides, like to the major cities too.
This is a hot mess. This is like when you peel back the layers, like, and that's why it's best to just sometimes like it's nice to go out and be like, hey, but then that's why I pick and choose when I want to go out, and that's why most of the time I be in my damn house. Most of the time I'm in my house.
Be in these streets. I told you, me and you going out to the Capitol. First time I went out like in a while. It's like really since Babe relocated to the last time I went out.
Like I said, I pick and choose when I want to go out. Just okay, hey, it's just a quick, whoop whoop. It's just a quick in and out.
Yeah. I'm just giving the basics of what I know about the situation because, like I said, I'm not a foreign policy expert, so I'm not going. We see all these people like online, like just picking sides and all that, but like I don't know enough about this. It's like anybody who's just killing like innocent babies and raping women, you're wrong no matter what side you're on in this situation.
Correct. Like it's nothing political about that, about murdering a child.
Yeah.
Or beating a woman, violating a woman, beating a man, just
that's happening people on both sides, in this situation now. Because I'm sure Hamas, like they attacked first, but Israelis retaliated is like so and they doing some of the same things. It's like that you condemning one side for, so like it's getting ugly.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm just watching this migrant situation, which gotta be like something gotta be done. It's like,
mm-hmm.
I ain't saying like put a wall up, but something gotta be done. It's like not saying something gotta be done though,
Yeah, you gotta protect the integrity of your residents that are here in like all these cities. Because a lot of large cities, like you said, New York, Chicago, LA,
I
or some
think
more.
they consider in Chicago to put it on the ballot, like should Chicago remain a sanctuary city? I'm voting absolutely not if that goes on the ballot. Chicago should not be a sanctuary
Yeah,
city.
because the election is coming
Say
up.
what you want about me, but I'm making that publicly known. Yes, if that's on the next ballot, I'm voting yes. Chicago should not be a sanctuary city.
Because it is like, yeah, you gotta think about, like I say, you gotta take into account your residents.
Yeah.
You have to take into account your residents and like maintain their integrity, because it's things that are going on in Chicago, like with the school system. And it's like, you know, people on the school side are like we don't want to just, you know, we're not trying to take away nothing from nobody, but like if you're putting like migrant children's needs over children that are resident children that are already here, it's like, you know, it's getting kind of like
like I said, and we've been going on Lower Wacker Drive for decades. It's like Chicago already has had a homeless problem. It's like and like why should the migrant homeless like take precedence over the people that were already here that are homeless? Like why not build like shelters for them? It's like they building these migrant shelters. It's like what about the people that are already here? It's like the homeless population.
I've always been a person where, like I said, I obviously don't have the means to wear it, but I'm putting the idea out there. I know there's some philanthropists out there. It's some mega billionaire people out there. It's a lot of vacant lots in Chicago. A
lot of vacant lots, and I'm gonna let you finish, kid. But it's something needs to be done. Like I said, we have a homeless.
Can a tiny home community be built on some of these lands?
Yeah,
you can get the materials cheaply. From like I'm just saying, we can get like the materials pretty cheaply from like a Home Depot or like a Lowe's, and you can like build the material. You know, like you can take like materials and like build like tiny homes on like these vacant lots.
Okay, the tiny home.
For like for like the population that's already here, because like I said, so many.
Yeah,
it is.
Like Chicago already had a homeless population problem. Is like, why should these bust-in migrants take precedent? I don't think that's right.
Or the other side that I've talked about too is it's a lot of buildings that are vacant. It's a lot of homeless.
Which is what I was about to get to next. Is the old South Shore High School, the original South Shore High School, not the new building. Remember that? They're talking about turning the original building into a shelter for migrants. So the residents of South Shore met out in front of that place, like, no, that shit ain't happening. And it's like,
I'm like,
a rally in front of that place. I don't know if you've seen the footage. It's like, it's like the residents.
I'm like, that gets, that's dicey. Yeah, that can get to
bringing them into our neighborhood now. It's like, because they're like, nah, we ain't feeling that shit. It's like, like you build this specifically for these migrants, and it's people that are in South Shore is in the hood. It's like people that are living here that are struggling. It's like why can't we get those resources? It's like people that are already here struggling. It's like why you bend it over backwards for these migrants? It's like I'm just saying
It's getting dicey.
Like I said, not necessarily saying put a wall up, but Trump kind of had a point. Look back.
I think
they're gonna probably claim I'm MAGA and shit now for saying shit like that.
I think with anything, it has to be guidelines and boundaries and structure. Because when you don't have structure,
like I said, with this situation, you don't know who these people really are. It's like, they say that I'm fleeing a bad situation. I need I'm coming here, for safety, because my country is like, is unstable. It's like, but if you are some of them Hamas folks mixed in, like we don't know.
I did. Because with the with the whole thing was happening like with Ukraine, like when that first started, because I've had several workers like in the job that I do, I saw like several people's backgrounds, and like they literally came from Ukraine, like they came with like the clothes off their back, like because they were fleeing the war.
Yeah.
Because like they had like really like they didn't have a lot, and it's like, oh wow, they're like, they literally just left Ukraine like a few days ago.
Yeah.
with the clothes on their back, basically. So I'm like, oh my gosh, like I can't even imagine. Like you just have to like just pick up and just go and just you leave everything behind, your home, everything,
Yeah.
all your personal effects, everything is just there, but you just
And the irony of like the situation. Let's go back to what's going on in Israel. Let's say if you are Palestinian, like not part of Hamas, like not like one of the but if you're like just like a regular, normal citizen of Palestine, is like, when these attacks are going on, you really have nowhere to go. It's like, because you're saying, because on one side of you is Israel, obviously you're not going into Israel because why are you running into the fire there? And on the other side is Egypt, and guess what? Egypt got a fucking wall and shit. Yeah, so they sealed their border and shit, like, so you can't even escape on others. So like they have like the secure borders, like, not like the American borders are kind of like loose and shit. Yeah, so they have like, you're not getting into Egypt and shit if you're trying to flee Palestine. It's like, so you just kind of stuck and shit. Yeah, just hope it plays out and shit. Yeah. So,
I'm just hoping that I'm being optimistic. I mean, I know this may sound a little bit like you're living in a fantasy world, but I mean, I just hope that just for humanity, just people in general can just learn to coexist. Like you don't have to agree with everything that everyone says because we're all individuals, we're all different, we all have different views, but you should be able to coexist without having to fight everybody who just differs in opinion from you.
yeah.
Like it's
That's
a lot
where
of
we
people
are, like the world. That's why when people say that
should be able to.
well, a lot of our people think that everything has to do with race. Is like no, it doesn't. Even if we're all the exact same race, people will still find some shit to fight about. That's just how people are. Like we get all in Africa, like where everybody's black, like all the tribes like warring with each other, shit over there. Or like people, or like religion's a big one. Is like people
Yeah,
war
religion is
over
a huge
religion,
one.
like, like which is what's going on over in Israel. Like, that's like the Muslim Jewish conflict, and people expect me to pick a side because I was born Muslim. It's like, but I'm looking at the situation. It's like, like people expect you to pick a side. Like, oh, well, that you automatically going to be on the Palestinian side. I'm like, I'm watching this whole situation because, like I said, I don't know enough about foreign policy, but
It's a
that's
mixed bag.
that's a Jewish Muslim war right there, and like the warring Muslims and shit. Yeah, the Sunni
Yeah.
versus Shia. It's like,
Yeah. It
it's
just
like that's
goes.
the like that's what's going on with like Iraq and Iran, for example. It's like, it's like, it's people are always gonna find something to war over and shit. Yeah, not just skin color. Think that if like if everything was, if everything was black, you're gonna be all good. Not necessarily. So,
And then, like I said, the simplest one too, the people still debate about man versus woman.
yeah, the
That's always going to be
gender wars. Like,
gender war. Like women, you need to be barefoot in the kitchen.
yeah.
Like, it's like, no, we don't. It's like, yeah, it's always going to be some
We saw that
dynamic.
last year with the Roe v. Wade being overturned. Yeah, that's the pro-choice versus the pro-life. Like that's people gonna war over that shit. Yeah, it's like this is always
My
gonna
thing
be.
is, you guys can have a difference of opinion. You don't have to. It doesn't have to come to actual war, actual bloodshed. It shouldn't have to come to that.
Yeah,
Like, yeah, like we're gonna, like I say, at best, at least rather, the least that should happen is you just have to agree to disagree.
yeah.
Because sometimes it just comes to that. If you guys are going back and forth, and you
It's
guys ain't
always
getting,
gonna be.
we just going to agree.
Yep. It's always gonna be like infighting. Like, like
Yeah.
I even go with some of the way we grew up, like, like we grew up, like Nation of Islam, like that. But even within that is like Malcolm splintered off at one point, like he had his group, and then like the 5%ers, they splintered off, and like in all these groups like didn't necessarily like each other and shit. It's like
Right.
When Elijah Muhammad died, and then Wallace Muhammad converted the nation more into Sunni Islam. Then Farrakhan split off. He wanted to keep like the old school, the Elijah Muhammad teachings going. Is like, and
So they
they
had the
didn't like each
Alice
other for
Islamic
years
yeah.
until until about like maybe the 2000s. Like Wallace and Farrakhan didn't like each other for decades. It's like, they were warring. It's like, so It's like even within like the you're saying race
same
and
community,
ideology.
yeah.
Yeah, y'all have the same race and y'all are all Muslims, but like y'all all ain't gonna get along. It's like that's is people gonna find some reason to like beef with each other. That's just how people are. Like human beings just like beef and shit.
Because we're complex beings. Humans are complex beings. It's going to be never a point where like two people are going to 100% agree 100% of the time, never argue, never did, that's just not going to happen.
And thinking it's as simple as that is like, oh, we just get rid of all the white people, then yeah, everything will be all good. Like, nah, bro.
No.
It's not how shit works. It's like, but
Can't
tell a hotep that and shit though. You can't tell a hotep.
How about we just respect people's differences, and if it doesn't align with
or I was gonna say just agree to disagree.
Yeah, have an intelligent discussion if you can have an intelligent discussion. If it's not going anywhere, agree to disagree and move on.
Facts, yeah. It's like okay,
that's the end of it.
You're not going to convince each other. Should be like, okay, let's just agree to disagree and keep it.
Because I mean, I like a good debate.
I love it, yeah.
But if it's getting nowhere and you're seeing that you're getting heated,
yeah. I didn't even mention the whole political one. Yeah, it's like Republican, Democrat, conservative versus liberal. Yeah, the left versus the right. I didn't even mention that shit. It's like it's like people. I mean, you could be like people like family members like you grew up with. Yeah, you could not fuck with them because of who they voted for. Which is the dumbest shit ever to me.
You can't come over for Thanksgiving no more. What?
Because of who they voted for. Like, just people you grew up your whole life with is like, and y'all don't fuck with each other. Because of some asshole said on TV during a debate and shit. Yeah, fuck out of here.
And we even touched the gang wars.
the BDs versus the GDs and all.
Yeah, of course, the gang wars is always gonna,
Yeah. Start there. So we Chicago, so we know all about that shit.
Yeah. But just try to be a better person. That's just all I just tell people. Try to be a decent human being. Like that's the best you can do at the end of the day. Be a decent person. Show compassion where you need to show compassion. Show empathy where you need to show empathy. But also at the same token, show accountability.
Yeah.
Hold people accountable for their actions. Don't try to sugarcoat and be like, well, because like, no, that's bullshit. The person knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
Hold them accountable. But
just because like they're your guy on your side, is like you gotta hold them accountable. Yeah. There's nothing wrong with holding people accountable for their bullshit. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't get why people don't want to do that. But
people get the love fest. The love fest. That's what.
And the celebrity worship.
Follow people.
We're about to get into some celebrity worship.
Oh my gosh. Good segue. Yeah.
We ain't new at this shit. Let's talk about it. This alopecia Keisha is what they calling her now. It's like, yeah, it's the latest I saw. I forgot who said that. I'm gonna get to. I want to credit them. I didn't. Somebody else saw a post that alopecia Keisha.
So if you've been living under a rock,
we're talking about Jada Pinkett Smith.
If you've been living under a rock and not Chris Rock these last couple of days,
nice. Woo.
You've seen that. Well, I'll preface with this. Jada Pinkett Smith.
Alopecia Keisha.
Smith.
Yeah.
See my face. Has a book coming out on the 17th, I believe.
Her memoir she's putting out.
So her memoir. If we remember, Will had one come out last year or earlier this year. I want to say
that he had one come out.
He had one recently that came out. I want to say it came out last year. I want to say my years start to run together. Either it was last year or early this year. It came out. So in the memoir, the big news that was released, right? Because now she's starting to do her touring and starting to do her, wanting to get her, because like she wants to get her book sales up. Yeah. So she got
all the attention as well too because of the SAG after strike in Hollywood is
Yeah.
like you're not gonna get a lot of people promoting stuff. It's like, yeah, because there's no projects being shot. It's like, so people aren't gonna be out promoting movies or promoting TV shows. So like, but if you got like a book or something, like, yeah, that's not SAG after, so you can promote that. Yeah. So she got all attention on her because there's nothing else really going on in Hollywood. So it's all about Jada Pinkett Smith, who they've been calling Alopecia Keisha online. Like that's the latest that I've been seeing, at least, kid. Because we're gonna talk about it. What's going on with Miss Jada Pinkett Smith?
So the fact that she this is what happened. So right on the heels of this, of her book about to come out, it just comes out, boom. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith have been separated since 2016.
So that's 7 years.
You know the meme, the emoji, or the Deadpool or whatever, you know.
I thought you were doing Macaulay Culkin, but close enough.
Well, Macaulay Culkin, all it works, the Scream, whatever. All of it works. So when people start doing the math,
that shit, yeah.
People start doing the math, like I said, that's 7 whole years, which is
7 whole years,
which is a long time to be separated. It's kind of a long time because usually you make a decision before then, like, okay, like we get trial separations happen, but
well, people have a 7-year itch, not a 7-year separation. I'm just saying.
So people started doing the math and start calculating back. They're like, when the red table happened in July of 2020.
Yeah. With entanglement.
That was 3 years ago.
Yeah. Entanglement, yeah. And even
that was 3 years ago.
More ridiculous we're gonna get to, like the most ridiculous thing that happened.
So what was said in that red table, and this is where the celebrity worship happens, because apparently, I guess people are Team Will and Team Jada, and they're saying you need to mind your business.
I'm team fuck both of them and shit. That's what fuck them both and shit. That's where the Oz man stands. It's like I'm really over Alopecia Keisha. And we are like, I have no desire
people are starting
to watch Will. Yeah.
But it's like we wouldn't be in the business if you didn't put it out there like that.
Yeah.
We wouldn't be in it. We just wouldn't.
Y'all could have just came clean in. Like that's if all of this is not bullshit. Is like, which is like it's these could have just came clean in. And when people talking about the entanglements and all of that, it could have just said, well, Will and I are separated, so I'm free to date who I want. It's like, yeah, you could have said that during the red table.
Like, that's my thing. That's the issue that I'm looking at as it's like red table talk to bring yourself, like you brought yourself to the red table. You did. And you said you're going to address, and then quote, the direct quote from her. Well, at that time, we were separated. When the entanglement happened, we were separated. And we still are. We were.
And we still are. You could have added that, yeah. We've been separated.
We were separated.
You could have said that, yeah.
And I was done with your ass. I was done with your ass.
Yeah.
But even after all that played out, it made it look like, okay, yeah, we went through a rough patch, but now we rose above, because sometimes couples do go through rough patches.
I mean,
no couple is perfect.
That's how Lemonade happened with Beyonce, because like that was a rough patch when she put that out.
That was a rough patch. Couples go through rough patches. A marriage is supposed to be for better or worse. Like I said, like some people go too far. Like, I mean, we don't want you to be in like some stuff you need to walk away from.
Facts.
You need to just walk away.
Which Will should have walked away along, because that shit is toxic.
If you get knocked upside your head, you need to walk away from that. That's not. If you're getting verbally, mentally abused, you need to walk away from that. It's not going to get
affecting your health and shit. Is like
yes,
It's like you stressing yourself out over this is affecting your health.
Walk away while you can. Walk away, but you know, like how it was presented as, we went through this rough patch. We did our thing. We were separated, because my thing I've always said, like people try to drag her about the entanglement or whatever. And my thing that I've always maintained is that if they were actually separated, that means that separation means that it's a possibility that you could break up. That's why dating during a separation can be very dicey because what if you guys get back together? And then if you get back together and then your partner knew you dated somebody, then it's like they want to throw in your face.
But if it is, in fact, like Will claimed during that interview that I was done with your ass, then I feel like I don't have a problem with either dating anybody. If you're done with somebody,
exactly,
I have no problem with you dating somebody.
And that's what I always say. I said I had no issue with Jada if they were actually separated and they were done with each other. Even the fact with August being about 20 years younger than her, I had no.
A little creepy, but it is.
I had no issue with that because I'm like, who you mess with is your business. As long as you guys are both considered adults, it's your business.
I see how somebody would consider that creepy, but it is what it is.
I'll say, but the issue I had is not the fact that he was younger. The issue I had was that that's your son's friend. That's the issue I had.
And he may or may not be battling mental health.
And he was battling mental health issues. So you took this mentally fragile boy who's your son's age, who is friends with your son, who's mentally, and you start an affair with him. That was the issue I had. If he was like a younger guy who had none of those underlying conditions, it's just a young guy you just met randomly on Tinder. It's a random dude that you met.
Swipe right on his ass.
And you start, okay, that it's your business. You're separated. Your husband, you guys are both done with each other, whatever. Y'all do you.
Yeah.
But how it was presented, I was done with you. You were done with me. We both did our thing. And then at the end, when they said the thing, he said, well, I'm definitely, I'm gonna get your ass back. You already got me back. Oh yeah, that's right.
And that bad marriage for life. They kind of told you like what they were on at that time. So people after that should have figured it out that okay,
that was the clue there.
Ain't gonna work.
That was the clue there.
That we married, but not really and shit. That's why bad marriage for life.
And when they did the fist bump back, because like Marcus and I were watching, we were like, "What the hell was that?" We both sat together like, "What the hell?" It was like
married,
bad marriage for life.
But not really and shit. It's like that.
And fist bump. We were like, which brings me to like what I said when the whole thing happened, because I know people, it was some funny memes out there about their whole separation. But my hot take on it was, I said, Will and Jada are basically the generation of our parents' generation or older that stayed married because you just stayed married to say you're married. We know the married couples. Like
they really did have bad marriages for life. Some of those couples.
We know the married couples that were married that we idolize because like people of today are always wanting to idolize the yesteryears, the marriages of yesteryears, talking about marriages don't last like they used to last. Marriages don't do it. My granddaddy was married to my grandmama for 50 years, but he cheated 45 of those 50 years. And grandma hated him.
You got siblings all over town. You don't even know.
You got siblings on the west side. You got siblings out west, up north, over east.
That you don't even know exist. You might be dating your own sibling, but you not even know it. It's like that's how bad it is.
You got like this where like you go to the funeral and then that's when you meet all your half brothers. What the hell? All your half sisters. What the hell? You meet all these people that you didn't know. He has secret families. Or not so secret. Grandma knew they was there, but grandma also didn't have a job. Grandma had 10 kids under the age of 9. I mean, I'm going
walk away and shit. And by it being a different era, is like women didn't have like the rights they have now. It was like
they didn't. I read somewhere women couldn't even like have their own bank account or something until like the 70s.
For decades.
Like into think about that, the 70s.
Yeah.
The 70s, it's like, I'm not like, you're probably, you were born in the 70s. I'm not that far from born in the 70s. So basically women couldn't have bank accounts until we were like almost during our era. You see what I mean? Yeah. Think about how recent that is. Women couldn't have bank
accounts. Had to like declare your marital status like with how you introduce yourself. Yeah. They had like Miss and Mrs. Like MS didn't exist then. Ms. is like that was created like probably in the 70s. I'll say that's like that middle ground where if you don't want to say like your marital status, the MS. Because all MISS and MRS was the only statuses for women.
Yep.
Guy, Mr. They could be anything. You don't have to you don't know if he's married or not. It's like
exactly.
So, but like if you see Miss, okay, that's not an unmarried.
MISS.
MRS, okay, she's married. It's like,
She's
yeah.
married.
So women couldn't even do, they couldn't even like keep their marital status private, like until probably the 70s and shit.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but that's what I feel my opinion of the whole situation, because like I said, I'm going on my context clues, the fact, the bad marriage for life, and I was going to get your ass. I was done with your ass. I was done with your ass too. I'm going to get you back. You already got me back. All that coupled together, it doesn't sound like.
And I don't know if you saw the photo booth the little photo booth pictures of Will and Margot Robbie.
Of course, I saw those.
It's like, yeah, like looking
They
real.
did Focus in
real
2015.
Cozy. Yeah, those have resurfaced again. Them in like the little photo booth. Like, yeah,
yeah, I know.
Yeah,
I know.
Let's kiss on the last one. Those type of photo booths, you know all about those kids. Yeah, Will and Margot Robbie have some pics like that have resurfaced.
They lift up their shirt. They like,
so yeah, showing the titties and shit and all of that. Yeah.
And then they look like a couple in the picture. Is the point I'm making.
Real cozy in that shit, yeah.
And there was another one where they were like interviewing each other, and they were like playing footsie with each other, and they were just very cutesy.
Will was definitely banging her. So yes.
Like, as a married woman, I wouldn't feel comfortable if my husband was doing this with somebody that he's working on a project with, like a coworker. I would not be comfortable with my husband doing hugged up stuff with a coworker. I just
prime Margot Robbie. It's like Wolf of Wall Street. Margot Robbie, like she was, yes. Like, watch that movie if you want. Yeah, like if you're a Margot Robbie fan, if you ain't seen that, like, because that's where I first discovered her. She did Full Frontal in that shit. I was like, oh, who's the new girl? And shit. I was like, that's what.
And another one he seemed cozy with Ava Mendes when they did Hitch. He was cozy with her.
Yeah, that was like the first one. The Margot Robbie especially though, yeah.
They were cozy.
Ava, they seemed kind of comfortable, yeah, but
because he was kissing her on the red carpet.
Like his woman. No, it's like,
he kissed Ava on the red carpet. Like on the mouth. He kissed her on the mouth on the red carpet.
Yeah.
You're not promoting, like, you're supposed to promote the movie, but kissing a woman that you're not married to in the mouth, that's kind of Yeah, and there was rumors out there about Charlize Theron when they did Hancock.
Hancock, yeah, like that.
There was rumors about that,
like, but unsubstantiated. It was
unsubstantiated, but the ones, it was photographic proof of Ava Mendes and definitely Margot Robbie.
Those two, one to me that they did.
Those two,
something definitely happened with Margot Robbie. Something probably happened with Ava Mendes. Something might have happened with Charlize Theron. That's my take on it. Mm-hmm. Something definitely happened with Margot Robbie. You know what I'm saying?
It was like a thing, because like the thing that people was wondering, like people was like, why when Suicide Squad, the second one came out, why wasn't Will in it as Deadshot?
Mm-hmm. Because he was trying to save his bad marriage for life. That's what.
That's like they basically replaced him with Idris Elba, and he was basically the same character.
Same character, they just didn't call him Deadshot.
But he wasn't Deadshot.
Yeah, because he wasn't in the second one. Yeah, they replaced Will.
He could have easily been in that second one, but
yeah, like
but Margot Robbie was in it.
Biggest star in the movie, like he definitely like they name a bigger star from Suicide Squad. Will Smith was the biggest star in that movie.
He was the biggest
star.
Why
not bring him back? It's like the biggest star of your movie. So yeah.
He said he was trying to save his bad marriage.
Yeah, his bad marriage for life. He was trying to fix alopecia Keisha. So, and that brings us to the Oscars and shit. So when he slaps Chris Rock, they're not even together. That makes you look even stupider.
My friend Delia posted on her page. She posted that she was like, why he's back and forth imaginary marriage? He's imaginary marriage.
Like, keep my wife's name out your fucking mouth. You know, it's not even really your wife anymore. So,
and then let's go even further with, and then the next layer under that, where Jada now came out. This is why there's just so much with them. Like,
before you get to that, shout out Marcus Chapman, who said this. She's trying to sell books.
She's trying to sell books. Yes.
People say, for y'all being mad about her being messy, like, she's trying to sell books. Like,
and I said that too. I thought that, because I'm like, the book comes out on the 17th.
Yeah.
And like about a week before, like
it's working because we all talking about it
like Thursday. So this news comes out Thursday, your book comes out Tuesday.
Yeah, we all talking about it. So we're doing a whole podcast about it essentially. So it pretty much is working. Yeah.
But then the layer that peeled back after all that, then she says that she was stunned by the whole Oscar thing when Will called her his wife. Because she said, we haven't called each other husband and wife in so long. What?
I probably turned her on. He probably went home and fucked after that award show.
What?
That combined with the wife thing, it probably turned her on and shit. Yeah.
What?
Toxic women get turned on by that violence and shit like that. It's like she probably got excited. Ooh. He went home and smashed after that shit, I'm guaranteed.
When she said, because like she said that, because I remember this quote from them a while. She said that they don't refer to each other, because like she said, we're life partners. That's what she said years ago, that we've ascended the husband and wife. We're not husband, we're on a different level. We're life partners. We're not husband and wife. We're life partners. Okay. It just sounds like a lot of
life partners,
extraness, but
life partners that fuck other people and shit. She left that part out.
It's just my take.
And I'll go ahead.
Well, you go ahead, because I said I will have my whole spiel or whatever.
About Chris Rock is like, which also like,
oh yeah,
which also came out is like, I guess like when the entanglement or when that red table shit had, I don't know what year this was, but around that time, we say Chris Rock actually asked Jada Pinkett Smith out.
Yeah, Jada claimed that Chris Rock
he actually asked me out. He said, "Oh, you and Will ain't together. I want to take you." Which it might be cap and shit. I want to hear.
It might be cap. Yeah. And if he did do that, there maybe he did deserve to get slapped. Now I'm on Will's side. Because no, you can't.
Because Chris Rock, right? I think around that time his divorce was finally.
He had just divorced from his wife.
He was newly single, so he like, oh, Jada's on the market. Let me holler at her and shit. Yeah.
I want to say he divorced his wife around 2015. I want to say
around
2015 he got divorced. Yeah. But like I said, he did deserve to get slapped, because like, come on, you guys are like, I mean, come on, like Chris Red, fucking Kenan Thompson's wife, like that's. You see what I mean? It's like you can't do that. It's certain people that no matter what the situation is, if certain people become single, you can't ask them out. Like we said earlier,
kind of a violation of
that's a violation of the code,
bro code, or guy code, as they call it. Yeah.
Then which because creepy ass tried to ask her out, Karl Malone was trying to ask out Vanessa Bryant when her and Kobe separated briefly.
I heard that. I don't know how true that was. I couldn't hear that shit.
He said she was a sexy little Latina. He said something inappropriate. It's like, dude. Well, he's a whole creep for another reason.
Black trying to holler at Lauren London. Right. Nipsey Hussle's body wasn't even cold yet. So yeah, give her about a year and then I'm gonna get her.
Yeah, she's a sexy widow. What?
Whatever the fuck he said.
He said she was a sexy widow. That's what he said. What? Well, maybe Kodak can go for Jada now, because I mean,
there you go. Yeah, that's it. I'm pushing for that. Come on, Kodak Black, go get her.
For the superstars. Remember we were checking cards.
Super Gremlin, go get her.
Super Gremlin,
get her. Yes.
Because I mean, he has a colorism thing, so he's into that or whatever. So he is. I mean,
nice little red bone.
I'm being honest. He has a colorism issue. He does. And Jada doesn't have a problem with messing with younger men, so
come on, Kodak. Yeah, it's perfect, man.
Make it happen.
Plus, best of all, gives us content and shit. Yeah, you see them on the red carpet. That's amazing.
And he has no problem with going after people's leftovers or people's whatever. He does it.
Kodak Black.
He's Mr. So good.
Had to add that Chris Rock part in there, which may or may not be cap. I want to hear.
I think it's
did you ask?
And then she said,
"Did you ask that bitch out on that?"
Then she said on an interview that Tupac allegedly proposed to her when he was in jail, when she went to visit him in Rikers. I'm like, what the hell? What's going on?
Yeah, it's just all the Tupac stuff. Yeah, that's Tupac's guy. His corpse, which doesn't exist, is now like back in the news and shit. Yeah.
She said that he proposed to her
right after we found like his alleged shooter, like right after that. All of this came back. Right after that. Let that man rest and shit.
I said that Jada was the only bullet that Tupac dodged. I was like, oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I saw somebody put that in a meme. I'm like, that's yikes. Yikes.
And then saying Tupac was our soulmate and all of that shit.
Yeah, it's just getting messy.
But we never dated because we didn't have chemistry. How the fuck are you soulmate? You didn't have chemistry. She's crazy and shit. She's legit insane and shit. We're soulmates, even though we didn't have chemistry and shit.
What sign is
What are you
Jada
talking
again?
about? Yeah. What are
What
you talking
sign? That sounds real Gemini. It's like crazy ass. I mean, I'm married to Marcus isn't crazy or whatever, but you know the rumor that Geminis are supposed to be like two-sided, like Jekyll
Kanye, Tupac, Kanye. It's like
Hyde. There might be some truth to that.
Yeah, maybe Prince.
Marcus isn't crazy though. Marcus is, but he's on the end of Gemini. He's like right at the end of Gemini, so maybe that maybe help balance
Prince, let's
him.
go, man.
Geminis might be a little. I think Jay is a Virgo, but Virgos are supposed to
is
be.
Virgo, yeah, I think she is.
But Virgos are supposed to be like perfectionists and like Beyonce, Michael Jackson are Virgos, so it's like I don't know,
right, but the two greatest Virgos of all time, probably.
It sounds real.
None of the rest matter. Like Michael Jackson, Beyonce. There you go.
It sounds real crazy. Like she sound real. We're soulmates, but we never like what. My whole thing, like I said, this is my opinion, just my opinion, and I feel like I'm in a position where I can actually give an opinion about a marriage. I've now been married 10 years.
Yeah.
Marriage is not perfect. Marriage is not easy, but marriage is a thing when two people.
Y'all ain't saying bad marriage for life, though.
No, hell no. Hell no. But the thing about a marriage is, like, we talked about this last week when we were celebrating our anniversary. We saw people tell us, like, what's the secret? We're like, it is no secret to a successful marriage. It's two people who actually want to be together.
The secret is work.
That's two people who actually want to be together. That's the first part.
I've always said that only get married if you want to. Like, don't feel pressure for any other reason. Like if you want to get married, get married. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. The whole thing
of why they were doomed from the beginning. This is just my take. And this is things that both of them have.
She said she cried on her wedding night or some bullshit.
This is both shared from their mouths.
Yeah.
So this is not hearsay. This is straight from the source themselves, from Will and Jada. Will, when he married his first wife, it was kind of a whirlwind. Cherie is gorgeous. I get why that happened. And she got pregnant pretty quickly or whatever with their son. I get what happened. They married, whatever.
Guarantee you Will is looking back like, damn, I should have never let her go.
She was gorgeous. Cherie is gorgeous. Yeah, I mean, but it's more than just looks. It's more than looks or whatever.
After this stream, I'm pretty sure Cherie was nowhere near as bad as Jada. I'm just saying.
But so and Will married her, but then he always had a thing for Jada because like when he saw her, they both are actors and everything, and he knew like of her. Whatever.
And he fell in love with her. It was love at first sight from him.
It was love at first sight, which happens. Love at first sight can happen.
Yeah, he said that he cried about being married when he met her. He was like,
there you go. So
I met my soulmate, but I'm already married. Like
he initially pursued her. Well, he was trying to pursue her, but then it didn't work out. Then he met Cherie. He married Cherie. They had a child. They started having issues because Will, that wasn't who he wanted to necessarily be with.
Right.
It was a whirlwind why he got married. So then after Will and Jada actually became where they crossed paths again, he really discovered that, oh, she definitely is the one for me. Like, it's not just, I just saw her and I was attracted, but like actually hanging out with her, I like her too.
Want to be with this broad.
But I'm already married and I can't go there. But there's Cherie gave him the out. Cherie filed for divorce. His wife, I don't want you.
I mean, he was like, yes, like, yeah.
So she filed.
I can pursue this crazy broad, yes.
They did divorce. Jada, from her own mouth, Jada never wanted to be married. She never wanted a conventional marriage, probably because she didn't have any positive examples. Sometimes that happens. If you don't have a positive, healthy example in your
house. A lot of people don't know yet. Jada's mom had her battles, like substance abuse and all of that. Like she was a teen mom. Had a hard life. Yeah, hard life.
She was like 17 when she had Jada, and then
had a hard ass life.
Yeah. I think she was married and divorced like a couple of times by the time she was 21. Like it was just something crazy like that. Like her mom had a lot going on.
Had her like battles with a drug addiction and all of that stuff. So Jada grew up around all of that. She didn't have a
healthy example.
Didn't have a solid upbringing.
So if you don't have that, then it's like, okay, marriage is off the table. I don't want that. But she and Will, they enjoyed each other's company and they were doing their thing. And then sometimes when you do So
You see Casino, Jada was Ginger.
Ginger.
She never wanted to marry Ace and shit. It's like, yeah.
They were doing their
But
thing.
Ace treated her well. He had money and shit. It's like, so she's like, I'll give it a shot. Yeah.
I'll give it a shot.
Never wanted to marry Ace.
But Will and Jada, yeah, Will and Jada, they was doing their thing.
So Tupac, Lester, Diamond, then let's go.
Oh,
But at least Lester and Ginger had chemistry. Oh boy.
They was doing their thing, enjoy their thing, and then what happened? Jada gets pregnant. Uh-oh. And I'm a firm believer in do not get married because you're pregnant or because you have a child.
Don't just go ahead and get married.
Don't do it.
Pregnant. We know a couple that did.
I know someone who did that. Don't do it.
You just say we're just gonna go ahead and get married. No.
Don't do it. Yeah. If you have nothing else, but no, don't get married because you're pregnant. Don't get married because you didn't
really know this guy. She was just pregnant with him. It's like,
yeah, don't do it.
He went ahead and got married. You don't even know.
Don't do it. Don't do it. So then, Jada was pushed into marriage because she had it on both sides, her mom and Will, because Will wanted that fact. Will didn't want to, Will wanted to do the honorable thing because Will came from that. I want to be honorable and I want to, and I don't want you to be a baby mama.
Her mother was more like, I don't want you to go through the struggles I went through.
The struggles I had.
To get married.
And her mom was a little selfish on this because her mom even admitted that I want you to have a wedding because you're my only child. I want to go to a wedding. I want the wedding because I didn't get to have that. And I want you to have that. And it's like, you can't project your stuff onto your child. You just can't.
Yeah.
So on Jada's wedding day, she said that because she was in her first trimester. So during your first trimester is when all the morning sickness is happening. So she's very much into her pregnancy.
Very emotional.
Very emotional. She said she was crying the whole time down that, not tears of joy. Some people cry tears of joy at their wedding. She was crying because she was miserable.
Like this ain't what I want. But
she didn't want that.
I feel trapped and shit. Yeah.
So trying to please both her
they
mom.
also showed in Casino, like they showed Ginger crying during her wedding night too. It's like, why rewatch Casino? Like, there's a lot of similarities to Will and Jada in Casino.
Trying to please her mom and then her now husband.
Ginger was pregnant before they got married.
And then you have to look at what Will was doing at that time. Will started ascending.
That's when Will became like the Will.
He started ascending.
That was when the Fresh Prince died and Will Smith was born during that time.
There you go. Yeah. He started ascending.
It's two different phases of his career. It's the Fresh Prince, and then there's Will Smith. They're two different people to me. It's like,
and he started ascending. And from what I see, I do believe that once Jada did get into her marriage, she tried it. She tried to, okay, I'm gonna be a traditional wife, because they even had a second child. They had Willow. I believe that Willow was planned. So it's like.
And okay. Jada pretty much stopped acting during that time too.
I was about to say
home life, yeah.
Well, like she did. It seemed like at one point they were legitimately happy and going about it. They did seem like they were in a good spot for maybe about 4 to 5 years, I would say. Maybe they were in a good spot for about 4 to 5 years because they had their beautiful children. They would be out. She was just being a stay-at-home mom. Will was out there just blockbuster after blockbuster after block. Will was killing it. But then no matter how much you try to, you can't, like the phrase, you can't fit a square peg into a round hole. You just can't. You could try to put it in
how
there.
How much you force it. Just like Ace and I keep coming back to fucking Casino. Just like Ace and Ginger, he's like, no matter what idea, like no matter how much the money, the jewels, it was never enough.
It was never enough.
Ginger don't love you and shit. It's like, yeah, she don't love you. He like showered her with whatever she wanted. He did because Ace had bread and that. So
yeah, bread.
Like no matter, the furs, the jewels, the money, like none of it mattered because Ginger never loved me.
And this is what I think honestly happened. So, like I said, we mentioned Ava Mendes. Like I said, I think something probably happened with Ava Mendes. I said
probably. I said my big three. I said Margot definitely, Ava probably, Charlize possibly. Yeah, that's my yeah.
But this is what I think. So then, as Will is ascending and becoming this big star, of course,
you're gonna get attention from the ladies. Yeah.
Like you said, women throwing it. So then,
like Eddie Murphy said in Raw, throwing it. Raw, delirious. I think it was Raw. He said that or they throwing it at you on the street.
So you getting it thrown at you. So then Will starts stepping out because
you got the baddest chicks on the planet trying to like an Ava Mendez, like what that. Look at Ava Mendez in 2003. Bad, like one of the finest women on the planet. You got women like that, like wanting to get with you. Like you're gonna start feeling yourself a little bit.
And he started stepping out. He admitted that he stepped out. He admitted this. This is not hearsay. He admitted he stepped out. So from a person's point,
he never said who, but it may have been.
But he admitted he stepped out. The only name that he mentioned was he said he fell in love with Stalker Chad, aka Rizzo, when he did 6 Degrees of Separation. That's the only name that was mentioned. But the fact that he admitted that he stepped out, so coming from a woman's standpoint, if you basically compromise all yourself and who you are, and you still stay, and I gave up and fuck this, like I didn't want this marriage. I didn't want this like this. I'm trying to be a good wife.
You're the one that wanted to push for this whole and then you're gonna fuck somebody else. This is what you wanted. I never wanted this. Yeah.
I never wanted this. And I think that's what happened. That's when and then when she mentions the big thing that she said, the big blow up that happened, when she mentions that he threw her that 40th birthday party that she didn't want, because she said that it was just a big display of his ego. She said, I never wanted that 40th birthday party. She wanted something just a red table. He wanted just something more intimate. Yeah. But he threw like a big mass production and she did not want that. When he bought that big ass Calabasas estate, she didn't want that. She wanted like a small farmhouse. Yeah. She didn't want that. But he did all that. And she said that afterwards, she just told him, this is the biggest display of your ego. And that's when all the
they probably have been separated ever since. Like, yeah.
And that's when they probably agreed, like, we are just on 2 separate pages. But because Will went on the record and said, I never want to go through a divorce again, because I'm sure that divorce with Cherie was probably very painful for him. It probably was. So he probably doesn't want to go through that.
Divorce is not an option, which is what he said. Like,
and he said that
divorce is not an option.
So now the only option now is bad marriage for life,
baby.
And that's just my take. That's what I break it down as, is that they were on 2 separate pages always. They tried to get on the same page for a brief time, maybe about 4 or 5 years. It actually was working, but then they realized we just too different. We're too different. We're just too different.
I'm saying, because start out, of course, Scorsese, Casino predicted all of this. Like, rewind.
Hey, I mean, it might be something to that. I gotta rewatch Casino. I gotta rewatch it now.
Yes, particularly the Ace and Ginger stuff.
I gotta rewatch that.
Gotta ignore the other stuff. Watch the Ace and Ginger stuff. Like, it's very similar to Will and Jada.
But that's just my take on what I think. Like I said, but you could say, like I said, I've been married 10 years. I've been in my relationship for 14. My relationship is a steady, solid relationship. I haven't had a major drama in my relationship. So
Ginger even had an entanglement.
I actually wanted to get married to my husband.
And Ginger had an entanglement.
We actually wanted to marry each other, both of
when
them.
Ginger started fucking Nikki, that was the entanglement. It's
Nikki.
It's all there. And when she starts messing around with Nikki, there's the entanglement. Yeah, it's all theirs. Except he wasn't her son's friend. It's like, yeah, hey, but even the entanglement was in Casino. It's like, yeah.
Oh my God.
Right, fucking Ginger. It's like, yeah, there's the entanglement.
That's just my breakdown. But the bottom
thing is like, yeah.
The bottom line is, let's stop idolizing couples and saying that people are goals. That's what I take away from everything.
Call anybody couples goals because
no one is goals.
We don't know they're human beings. We don't know and shit. Human beings.
The goal is to stay.
Are flawed. It's like, yeah.
The goal is to stay married and to be actually happy in your marriage. Because my thing is, I don't want a 60-year marriage if it's filled with 55 years of cheating and dysfunction. I don't want that.
You don't want bad marriage for life.
That's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want a good marriage. I want solid. I want growth. I want supporting one another. I want us having each other's back.
Building something together.
Growing, working together as a unit, as a team.
Yeah.
Not bad marriage for life. Hard pass on that for me.
Wow. What a podcast, man. Yeah.
But as Black people say, if you like it, I love it. That's what we say.
Your words, not mine.
That's what we say. It's Black, but we know something's fucked up. If you like it, I love it. That's what we say when we know something's fucked up.
One of our better episodes, I feel. Yeah.
Yeah.
Supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. 333. I knew it was going to be great because of the threes. I know what the fuck I'm talking about. Even wore my up, down, left, right, BA start shirt for it. It's like, yeah. Come on, man. Yeah.
And I mean,
you know, and shit. Yeah. Definitely support. I appreciate you supporting Not Another Damn Podcast. 333. You want to support us further? Give us a like. Also, subscribe, share, rate, review on all your platforms. I'm talking Apple Podcasts, Spotify, TuneIn, SoundCloud, iHeart, TLC Talk Radio. What up, Tasha? YouTube, give us a like all over YouTube, trying to get the algorithm. You know, YouTube got them algorithms, so definitely like our YouTube. We trying to build that channel and shit. YouTube and your Amazon Alexa devices. You could just get us on your Amazon as well too, Alexa. Yeah. So you can follow me at Ozman the Wizard on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Oz Radio on Snapchat and Facebook as well. You know how I gets down.
And you can check me at MSIMA866 on Instagram, Twitter, and TikTok. Also, SCR8GULAY1 on Twitter, SCR8GULAY7 on Instagram. Also, please like the Straight Gully Facebook fan page. Check out straightgully.com for your blogs and your vlogs. And for your video production needs, check out straightgullyproductions.com.
I'm Ozman the Wizard.
And Naima.
We will talk to you later. I'm gone.